This video is about global and local companies doing business around the world and some nuances faced by these companies. To add some context, we chose 3 recent news items that have an effect on both global and local companies and companies in between. Factor 1, China manufacturing. China regained its position as the world's manufacturing powerhouse with a 32% increase in exports to the United States in April 2021, according to China Customs. Factor 2, economic nationalism. The last few years have seen an increase in economic nationalism, which has been made worse by increased use of trade restrictions between countries, along with shortages in pharmaceuticals and medical supplies during the pandemic. Factor 3, protecting supply chains. The challenge for many companies going forward will be to adapt their supply chains to new market realities without weakening their competitiveness in important markets. To sum up, China will remain the world's center of cheap manufacturing for the foreseeable future, while various forms of economic nationalism will strengthen in many countries, which will put stress on companies' supply chains. As you know, there are global companies and there are local companies, and there are companies in between. In this video, we will provide a simple way of assessing a company's market footprint, whether it be global or local, and to provide some commentary to illustrate the breadth of various companies and their business activities. In the accompanying diagram, we are separating companies to help us understand underlying differences between companies using 2 parameters. The first parameter is branding and management. The second parameter is product distribution. Branding and management are the image of the company, while the distribution is how a company sells its products or services into the markets where they are active. As a disclaimer, I have no relationships with any of the companies mentioned today. The first group is local. Local branding and management with local product distribution. We could have labeled these companies national companies, but we chose local to emphasize a company being limited to one country and one language. These companies are many times very big and slow to change, which has its strengths and its weaknesses. Obviously, businesses are meant to grow and become more prosperous. How that growth is achieved depends on the company and the ambition of its management. This first group is local branding and management with local distribution. Here are some examples of large local companies. NTT Docomo of Japan, very large Japanese mobile phone company which has tried to go global but has had very limited success. Orange SA, a French company. The largest French telecom company has only been able to expand to other countries in the EU and Africa. China Railway of China. China Railway has high-speed rail and more than enough to do in China, though it is selling its technology abroad. Nigerian breweries, the largest brewery in Nigeria, exporting products mainly to the US, EU, and other countries in Africa. Fewer Nigerians are drinking alcohol, so the importance of exporting to other countries will increase. For the moment, these companies are in this category, though a change in leadership or a new hit product could take them global quite quickly. The second group is local-global. Local branding and management with local product distribution. A good number of big companies concentrate their branding and management in a particular country, while they supply a global distribution network that is monitored by a global team in headquarters. With local global companies, their products are consistent everywhere they are sold, and consumer feedback is received mainly via local distributors. The lack of a presence in a foreign market can create friction between the company and its foreign distributors when products don't sell well. In this situation, distributors will tell the maker that the product or service needs to be altered to improve sales in a particular market. If a company breaks with its one-size-fits-all markets approach, the costs of adapting products to many markets could be prohibitive. On the other hand, getting good at positioning products in many markets with local input could mean significant growth in sales. Here are some examples of local global companies. IKEA, originally of Sweden, now of the Netherlands. Iconic brand with local management and extensive global distribution of uniform products. Foxconn, of Taiwan, makes 40% of world electronic products. Factories located in low-wage countries, so can't easily build factories in Western countries due to higher costs. Tesla, of the United States. They were one of the first companies to start producing EVs, providing first-mover advantages. Main factories in the US and China with global distribution. Tata Motors, of India, the largest Indian automobile company trying to shift to EVs, but the local Indian market is very slow to adopt electrical vehicles. Tata Motors owns famous brands such as Jaguar and Land Rover, which brings them revenue from around the world. Local global companies generally concentrate important functions and major decision-making in the country where their headquarters is located, while distribution in other countries is handled by sales offices or local distributors. The third group is global local. Global branding and management with local product distribution. While a company's headquarters keeps control over global branding and management, product adaptation to local markets to improve distribution is supported. Local distributors can be part of the market adaptation, providing for more effective integration of the product into local market and a degree of freedom with local marketing. Global management of the main brand feeds into local distribution very well, and marketing in each country or region is closely monitored to keep up with local trends. Here are some examples of global local companies. Uber of the United States created a new business model which empowered anyone to be able to be a taxi driver using a global online application environment. While Uber is global, it must navigate different laws and regulations depending on the country of operation. Starbucks of the United States is a brand managed from Seattle with stores managed by local managers. The sheer number of outlets around the world requires extensive local decision making. Nestle of Switzerland is an iconic global brand with products often catering to local tastes. When I was a kid, I thought Nestle was American. Louis Vuitton of France, global brand with global management of local distribution through an extensive network of stores in countries worldwide. Global local companies are globally managed, but extensive local distribution in individual countries requires good communication between stores, local distributors, and corporate headquarters. The fourth group is global global. Global branding and management with global product distribution. This is the ultimate objective for many ambitious companies. Global brand management with efficient global distribution. Obviously, a lot of time and effort is required to line up dispersed business operations correctly with product manufacturing and efficient global distribution. Sustained knowledge and understanding of local and regional markets is critical to maintain a position as a global player. Success is not guaranteed, and many wannabe global globals fall back to either global local or local global after a period of time. Here are some examples of global global companies. Apple of the US, a powerful global company effectively managing product design, contract manufacturing, and distribution worldwide. Toyota of Japan, a global brand with highly developed global distribution Some might argue that management is local, but the power of the brand and the quality of the products is definitely global. Samsung of South Korea, a huge multinational conglomerate with more US patents than any other country, launched the largest mobile phone manufacturing facility in Noida, India in 2018. Nike of the US, a premier global brand with highly integrated design, manufacturing, and distribution around the world. Presently, Apple is considered the leading company in the global group, with Nike, Toyota, Samsung, and a few other companies with highly developed global footprints. A global company functions seamlessly around the world, and its products are known in all countries with a developed economy. If you're looking for that new client or maybe your next career move, having an awareness of the market footprints of companies can help make your presentation more relevant because you're able to speak to issues these companies face, depending on their position in the global economy. Each of these companies have their unique characteristics from being a global or a local company, or somewhere in between, that affects how they think and act. To sum up, China will remain the world's center of cheap manufacturing for the foreseeable future, while various forms of economic nationalism will strengthen in many countries, which will put stress on company supply chains. This dynamic will affect all companies, whether they be global, local, or somewhere in between. People and companies around the world will be changing and adapting to the post-pandemic realities for a while. Thank you for watching, and have a great day wherever you are in the world.